Now, it's not just the breaking news out of Buckingham Palace getting everyone talking tonight. There has also been astonishing news breaking out of Westminster that shows the stitch-up between Boris witch-hunter-in-chief Sue Gray and Sir Keir's Labour Party is very real indeed. Even though Slippery Starmer insisted the apparently non-biased civil servant who conducted the inquiry into the ludicrous Partygate saga would reveal exactly when her talks began to jump ship and become as Chief of Staff, she has in fact taken a vow of silence. In an extraordinary statement released to Parliament tonight, the Deputy Prime Minister, Oliver Dowden, has revealed Ms Gray has refused to cooperate in the inquiry. He said, I can update the House that Ms Gray was given the opportunity to make representations as part of this process, but chose not to do so. So that's right. The woman who demanded every cough and spit from the former Prime Minister about whether he ate a piece of cake in his office as part of a media-driven witch hunt won't answer basic questions about her own scandal. This whole thing stinks. Especially given the Daily Telegraph this morning revealed details of the as-yet unpublished Cabinet Office report, which claimed Gray held secret talks with Starmer while working for the team advising the Commons Partygate investigation. Now, Starmer insisted this morning no rules have been broken. But
I've heard you refer to yourself previously as Mr. Rules. You like sticking to the rules, don't you? So I'm curious to know what you think about something we're expecting to hear today, which is more about the appointment of Sue Gray. Did she break any code of conduct by talking to you, by talking about that job, while she was also doing something else?
Firstly, I had no discussions with her while she was investigating Boris Johnson whatsoever. I don't think anybody is suggesting that that is the case. I'm confident she hasn't broken any of the rules.
But if that really is the case, why won't Sue Gray answer the same basic question that Starmer has refused to tackle time and time again? When did their partisan discussions start?
Did you first approach Sue Gray to be your Chief of Staff?
Nick, I know her personally. I met her when I was Director of Public Prosecution.
Might I ask when you first approached her to be your Chief of Staff?
I've been on the lookout for a Chief of Staff for a little while now.
So when did you approach? Can I ask when you approached Sue?
Look,
if I may call her Sue?
I've been looking for a Chief of Staff for a number of weeks now.
I will try again, and obviously you don't have to answer, but when did you first contact Sue Gray about the possibility of becoming your Chief of Staff?
Well, Nick, that's going to be laid out by Sue.
But you can't tell me that.
Nick, nothing improper at all.
No, but you can't tell me when you first approached her.
I've been looking for a Chief of Staff for a little while.
Why won't you tell me?
There's nothing improper at all.
No, but just answer why you won't tell me when you first made contact with her.
I'm not going to go through lock, stock and barrel, but there's nothing improper.
If it's not improper, why won't you say, it was a month ago, Nick?
It was, I've been looking for some time, and there's nothing improper in the slightest.
So I repeat, this whole thing stinks. I always believed, and told you here regularly, that Partygate was a civil service blob and MSM-driven stitch-up to drive Boris Johnson from office and usher in a Starmer administration. But never would I have believed its author, Sue Gray, would jump ship to work for Starmer. I mean, this is more than a conflict of interest. It's actually unbelievable. As a senior Conservative source told the Daily Telegraph, increasingly, it seems that Boris Johnson was stitched up by a long-running and multi-layered plot, which is now unravelling. So let's hope our biased MSM follow this gravely disturbing story with the same craven obsession they pursued Partygate. But you know as well as I do, there's zero chance of that. And that's a huge part of the problem.